Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Hero, someone who encourages us to greater actions.
And I think this march will go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, demonstrations for freedom and human dignity ever held in the United States.
Hero, someone who encourages us to stand up for what's right. Hero, someone who steps in to help those who are in need. The aftermath of September 11th showed the world what true heroism is all about. Those were dramatic events that brought everyday people into the spotlight. These everyday people became heroes. Why? Because true heroes are known for their actions, and we saw what they did. Few people have to face such events, but that doesn't mean there aren't acts of heroism happening every day. You see, heroism is many times modest and unassuming. It's not the need to be the most famous or the best. It is the act of serving others. These are everyday heroes, and these are some of their stories. In Taiwan, a group of Columban missionaries are working with and helping groups of migrant workers. Why? Because they go where life is most denied, so that they can be with the victims of our world.
Hand was sleeping, he'd pull off. Two fingers and the thumb would be chopped off on the machine. And then what is this here?
These migrant workers traveled to Taiwan with hopes of work and a better life. But what they found was a system that cheated and abused them. They were brought into Taiwan to work at very low wages, lower than everyone else. The workers were forced to live in very cramped, even dangerous quarters. Industry safety rules were often ignored because the workers were migrant workers. On top of all that, they were often cheated out of overtime pay. In short, they were excluded from regular society and treated as expendable. Who cares enough to help them? Everyday heroes.
And as you ask them, they want to fight, okay, for their rights, and if they do, the Hope of the Center will help them to do that.
Our everyday heroes are outraged by the injustice they see everywhere. They strive to respond with passion for life and freedom. What do everyday heroes do? They bring comfort. They serve. They bring healing. They make a difference. Who are everyday heroes? Columban missionaries are one group of everyday heroes. They work with the poorest of the poor around the world. But they're just ordinary people who stand up for what they believe. And that belief sometimes means taking risks.
We've had our martyrs, we've had those who went to prison, we've had all of these.
Yeah, I did get shot up when I first went out to the Philippines.
We got the news that we were going to be accused of having killed our mayor.
They came one night and picked me up, and I was away for 2 years and 8 months. Nobody knew where I was. They didn't know whether I was alive or dead.
There were 200 other people in for murder in the prison. And when you walk in the gates of that prison, you've just got to be seen to be believed. There was only one tap for water for the whole place. There were no toilets of any sort. There was just a small hole in the ground in each cell.
But I was in solitary confinement. That's their treatment. The cell was just the width of my arms.
And the first night we caught a rat in our cell. And cell 1 came over and asked us for the rat, and we thought they were going to play with it, but no. They killed it and skinned it and cooked it and ate it immediately.
It was fortunate that I was hit because if I hadn't been hit, Father Paddy Reedy, who was driving, would have been hit in the head. And then we would have all been killed, of course.
The guards got mad because we sang Happy Birthday and called in the riot squad. 300 troops arrived in with water cannon, tear gas, machine guns.
Well, they did go crazy all around me. For me, no, I didn't. I never was as peaceful in my life.
We all were overcome with the feeling of the presence of our Lord right there in the cell with us.
So it was a real blessing that I was chosen to stop that bullet.
I would say I learned more in that prison time than any other time in my life.
Because faith is about sharing what we've got. And I learned that from the prisoners.
Who are everyday heroes? Missionaries aren't the only ones who can be everyday heroes. Anyone can be an everyday hero. They can do it in a variety of ways in a variety of places. Anytime, any place. And you know what? Everyday heroes are all around us.
We are from many.
It's the lay missionary who gives her life to teach others.
And if you want homework, because it's fun.
It's the students in Missouri who saw hunger in their community and started a soup kitchen. It's immigrant doctors from California giving their time and talents to people in Mexico. Heroes. Ordinary people serving others, giving their lives in a variety of ways. Heroes are people living their lives with commitment and purpose. Heroes are people who say, "This is where I am supposed to be." Heroes are everyday people making a difference in the world. Sometimes, one person at a time.